What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Ricky in the building, man. Let's get right into it. When Mike Tyson loses control and gets crazy, the most savage moments reaction. Let's get it.
When Mike was younger, who did he want to be like? Who did he aspire to be?
Yeah.
I wanted to be, no, it's interesting you say, I didn't want to be like Muhammad Ali because where I came from, Muhammad Ali didn't come from the world I came from. I came from filth and scum and sewage. So I wanted to be mean like Sonny Liston and Jack Dempsey. I wanted to be ferocious. I wanted to kill you with my stare. I wasn't like Muhammad Ali. I love and respect Muhammad Ali, but Muhammad Ali is not like me. He don't come from the world I come from.
This shit crazy, bro. Mike Tyson. That got lit, man. He over here rapping with Tyson. Mike Tyson trying to give us some shrooms. You don't know how to act. Tyson looking out, man. That shit crazy.
Hey, Mike, come on. Let's go stop that.
Boy just got beat up by Mike Tyson. Turn that way.
Apologize to me right now. Okay, you look great. Apologize to me before I knock your damn teeth down your throat. You understand me?
Don't hold your breath, Le Champion.
Oh, Jericho! He's looking Tyson. Tyson trying to look at right handle Bill by Jericho.
Mike Tyson is a true sports legend, but his behavior in the ring and sometimes outside the ring has always revealed the bestial temperament that lives inside the champion. These days, the once strongest man on earth fights brazen passengers and gets on TV shows, but decades ago, he terrified all opponents and even journalists who interviewed him. Friends, I think it's time to remember the wildest moments in Mike Tyson's career for which he was feared by absolutely everyone. Here we go. Early in his career, Mike was an extremely disciplined and quiet guy. Under the close supervision of his mentor, Custy Amato, the guy was just training, leading the healthy lifestyle, and was not a media personality, but with the coach's death, everything changed. The popularity of Mike grew exponentially, and with it came endless parties, alcohol, and women who deprived him of peace of mind. The victories of the Iron in the ring went on, but soon Tyson got into a situation from which he could not get away, and ended up in prison for 4 long years. Upon his return, he was no longer the king of heavyweights that we all got used to, but a different, brutal, and sometimes out of control Mike. After the long-awaited cameo, the former champion obviously wanted to rehabilitate himself and regain his regalia, but to do so, he needed to beat his top contenders. One of the best cruiserweight boxers of the time, Evander Holyfield, accepted Tyson's call-out. Don King was still Iron's promoter at the time, but just before the fight, they had a final severance that looked quite unpleasant.
No, get off my hand. I ain't doing it, scumbag. You.
Despite his difficulties with King, Mike still got in the ring and sensationally lost by knockout in the 11th round. The veteran's victory was a shock for the public, and the promoters, who sensed possible profit, immediately organized an instant rematch. For the sake of victory, Holyfield decided to use foul play. Evander constantly pushed his opponent off or, on the contrary, pulled him closer, thus depriving the Iron Man of room to maneuver. He also used to hit him with his head. One of those punches even resulted in Mike's cut. Such behavior made Tyson's anger boil over, and in the 3rd round during another clinch, the champ bit Holyfield's ear.
What happened here?
He got bit, I think.
Evander Holyfield, look out! He's pushed right here above us by Tyson.
Despite the behavior from Mike, Evander agreed to continue, but damn it, Tyson did it again.
Now here's the bite. Keep your eye on Mike. See, Mike has just seen. Look at him. You can see it. You can see it. There it is.
After the end of the fight, Tyson's trying to get at Holyfield again. It is complete bedlam, and Tyson is just taking swipes at anybody in front of him.
For his unsportsmanlike behavior, the Iron Man lost his license for a couple of years, but he still wasn't planning to end his career. During his suspension, he led a riotous lifestyle and continued to get into trouble, such as getting into a scuffle with motorists in 1998, for which he had to pay a fine. After the expiration of his sentence, new opportunities opened up for Mike. And first, he decided to fight against former IBF champion, South African Francois Botha. Tyson started to do crazy things even before the fight, so he was interviewed to discuss his antics against Holyfield, and the heavyweight once again could not restrain himself.
You know, who cares? We're in a fight anyway. What does it matter?
Well, for example, rage against Vander Holyfield worked against you.
Well, it. It's a fight, so whatever happens, happens.
Mike, why do you have to talk like that?
Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. Do you have a problem? Turn off your station.
You know what? I think we'll end the discussion right now.
Then we could.
You got it. Have a nice fight, Mike.
Off.
Even before his imprisonment, Tyson sometimes gave extraordinary interviews too. For example, before his fight with Canadian Donovan Ruddock, Mike called him his girlfriend.
Okay, you know that.
I don't know why you talk to me like that when you know I'll kill you for it.
That's what I like about you, Mike.
Man, I can't wait till the 28th. I'm gonna make you my girlfriend.
But Mike was a charismatic, funny guy, and now he often lost his temper, and the conversation with the reporter before the confrontation with Holyfield once again showed us how much the Iron has changed in a few years. During the fight, Tyson already started doing wild things in the first round. At the end of the first round, he grabbed Bote's arm and began to twist it really hard.
Here come the corners. Here comes security. It's bedlam in the ring.
It seemed like the crunching of poor Francois' ligaments could be heard all over the huge arena. Mike wouldn't let go, and the South African was trying to do as many punches as he could. In the end, they had to separate them with cornermen and guards. The fight eventually continued, but now the referee would interrupt any clinch in fear of situation being repeated. After the incident, it was Tyson who took the initiative and in the 5th round managed to deliver a crushing punch and knocked out Botha.
Working his way in, he got people's attention, made them put their hands up.
The legend's victorious comeback did happen, which meant that the promoters were going to find new, highly rated opponents for him. Next in line was Mike's compatriot, Orlin Norris, nicknamed Night Train. Surprisingly, before the fight, there was no hype and Tyson behaved quite calmly, but already in the ring, the situation became 180 degrees the other way. Tyson had a solid first segment of the fight and landed a left hook after the bell. He knocked out an already relieved Norris with a single punch.
Cautioned by Richard Steele as we head for the bell.
That was a punch while they were talking.
Oh, and he hits him after the bell. Norris goes down, and here we go again. Tyson hit Norris after the bell.
Mike had been deducted 2 points. They could have disqualified him, but the points didn't affect the result, as Orlin refused to continue, referring to the knee injury he got during the fall, and the fight was declared no contest. Here's what Tyson himself had to say about it.
You know, you were there, you saw it. It was simultaneous with the bell. And the punch wasn't that devastating. He could have continued. He quit on his stool, but I'll take him again in my next fight. I'll fight him right away.
Another fight Tyson had against Julius Francis, but this fight was really uninteresting because the Brit had no chance at all. The Mirror, a famous English publishing house, even paid for the ads on the soles of their compatriots' boots because they were convinced that Francis would be on the canvas more than once. The predictions came true, and Julius suffered several knockdowns before finally folding in the 2nd round. The IBA champion Lou Savarese became a new opponent for Mike. In his last performance, Lou knocked out Buster Douglas, who had already shocked the world, and now he wanted to take on Tyson himself, but clearly overestimated his capabilities.
That Tyson threw was like a kick from a horse, and the first one he throws is a left hook that puts Savarese on the floor.
Just 10 seconds from the start, and Savarese started defending after a powerful punch from the Iron, but he pulled himself together and continued to fight, which was a fatal mistake. At full speed, Mike ran into his opponent with a terrifying combination, and the referee knew that the former champion was
favorite
mad.
boxer in the comments, I want to know.
He had to be stopped, but no way he could do this.
Big left, it's going to be stopped. It's going to be stopped. It's all over.
He's a fucking
Oh,
ref.
and he still wants to attack him, and John Coyle is trying to stop the fight, and Tyson bites on. I don't think he understood it. The fight is over.
In moments of unrestrained anger, Tyson was throwing strikes left and right and even hit the referee, who immediately got up and kept trying to stop the guys. Only now the athletes who became courageous were able to calm down. Despite the total lack of discipline and causing damage to the referee, the victory by TKO was awarded to Mike, and Lou Savarese clearly did not agree with it. He wanted a disqualification, but it had already been decided in favor of his opponent. After the win, Tyson gave his legendary interview in which he challenged Lennox Lewis and said a phrase that stuck forever to his image of a madman.
I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody as ruthless. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children. Praise be to Allah.
Unfortunately, arranging such a coveted battle between the British heavyweight king didn't work out. Instead, promoters were able to match Mike in the ring with Olympic bronze medalist Andrzej Golota, who had just beaten Orlin Norris by a decision. Truth be told, the confrontation turned out to be one-sided. Tyson imposed an extremely aggressive style of fighting, constantly pressured, and delivered the heaviest blows. Golota was on the floor already in the first round, but he continued to resist until the break between the second and third round. Unexpectedly, the poll said that he refused to continue the fight because of the cut and immediately began to leave the ring. The fans immediately showed their contempt and began to throw everything they had
crazy.
at
Back
Andrzej.
then, like, boxers get like a little ass cut, they throw the towel. So like nowadays, they be bleeding and they still fighting. Shit wild.
They're throwing popcorn, soda, beer, everything that they can.
Unbelievable sight here at the Palace of Auburn Hills. Golota being escorted off as fans throw things at them.
I remember I was in the air fight hitting blinkers in that bitch.
Oh my goodness.
At the same time, Mike was going crazy with anger in his corner because he was deprived of the greatest pleasure, knocking out his opponent. With one more fight, Mike got the opportunity to face his dream opponent, Lennox Lewis. Before the fight with the Olympic champion, Tyson almost completely abandoned the training process. Clubs, alcohol, and drugs replaced his gloves and punching bag, and the fight itself was needed to close numerous debts. The British champion was also in the twilight of his career, and this fight was essentially the last echo of the golden era of boxing that was about to end. On the eve of the fight of the century, Mike was creating a real bacchanalia. First, he traded wild blows with the whole Lewis team, trying to get the line himself, and then he had a fight with a journalist making the most aggressive speech of his life.
Put your mother in a straight jacket, you punk ass white boy. Come in and tell me that if I fuck you in your ass, you punk white boy. You faggot. You can't touch me, you're not man enough. I eat your asshole alive, you bitch.
As Lewis said, Tyson used his favorite trick from his conflicts with Holyfield.
It was like I'm all free for all. Somebody was biting my leg. I'm like pushing the head, realizing, Tyson's biting my leg. I hate getting bit.
I went survival mode.
Unfortunately, the fight was hardly as exciting as his promotion. While Mike had his strength, he took the starting 4 rounds, and then Lennox started collecting punches with his own face and was eventually stopped in the 8th round, losing by technical knockout.
That's a loss.
With all that said, the battle between the two legends earned the status of the highest grossing confrontation in history, with both boxers receiving $35 million. After this dream fight, Tyson came to the ring as a pro boxer 3 more times, losing 2 of them and finally ending his career. Nevertheless, the champion has not disappeared from the media space. Once every 2 years, he regularly gave tough, sometimes even shocking interviews, reminding everyone about himself. Thus, a poor journalist who came to discuss Mike's photo in the magazine got his ass beaten by the champion.
You know you're a real prick, though, right?
What? What's the matter?
You're a real prick. You just hit me with all these disgusting pictures.
Oh, no, but if you don't want to comment on it, don't.
No, I will
I'm just
comment on it, but you're a prick.
No, what? No, I didn't. I'm just trying to. We're trying to. If you don't want to comment on it, you
No,
don't
I
have
ain't
to.
gonna comment on it, but you're a prick. I'm just letting you know. Continue.
We're coming back here.
You're unsensitive. You have no sensitivity to anything. I'm not. It doesn't affect me. But I'm saying you have no sensitivity. You don't know how does it affect me.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. It's just that your life is at the point I was making, Mike, and I'm going to ask you about it.
All right, and I give you my opinion. What I think about you.
Journalists constantly caught Tyson in the bad mood. Mike was so rude to the girl who asked him a question without a line that everyone in the room freaked out.
That you can win this way?
Are you talking out of turn?
No, I think we're all talking together.
I normally don't do interviews with women unless I fornicate with them.
I seen this clip, bro. Bro, it's wildin'.
So you shouldn't talk anymore.
He would have got canceled on fucking if he
On a
was in
TV
social
show
media
about
days.
politics, Tyson started humiliating the interviewer and embarrassing him, which made the host interrupt the program as soon as
But
possible.
he still be doing
So
it
interesting,
now,
you
bro.
come across like a nice guy, but you're really a piece of shit.
Hey,
with that
come
comment.
on.
Nah, that was a piece of fuck you. That was a piece of shit.
You know, we're doing live TV
Hey, I
now.
don't care. What are you gonna do about it? It's more nerve-wracking for me to hear talking to a rat piece of shit like you.
Come on, Mike.
No, because you're a piece of shit.
All right.
You really not.
Already in 2019, Iron was interviewed on the topic of Andy Ruiz's
can't fault him for being
championship,
straight
and he
up, though.
rudely expressed his thoughts about overweight people to the journalist, which nowadays may well be punishable by actual imprisonment.
Is it possible, could you imagine before the fight that a man who looks like him could be champ? Fat man.
Listen, see, that's your problem. That was Anthony Joshua problem. We underestimate that. We see he's fat. We believe fatness is bad. We believe in the world fat is bad. You see somebody fat, he's disgusting, he's lazy. You see a girl fat, she's a fat fucking shit. Why don't she work out? Why don't he work out? I would never date somebody fat. And that's our perception of fat.
Yes, after prison, the Iron Man was incredibly changed and was no longer like his old self. His wild temper terrified everybody, from rivals to commentators, and his tricks became a part of boxing history. But at the same time, Mike is a veteran and a true legend who gave all his best years to the sport.
You,
yes,
Canelo
sometimes
is
he was over the
good
top, but for me personally, those bright and uncompetitive
comparison
fights,
to
those
Tyson,
teeth-grinding knockouts are much more important than all those crazy moments. Tyson is the main face of the best era of
A
boxing,
Tyson
which will remain in the hearts of fans forever.